Welcome back to Quick Chats with Jazzy, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be making breaded chicken parm. Yeah, if you don't know, then that's just noodles, tomato sauce, and chicken breast. Yeah. That's breaded.
We'll have a side of broccoli, and we'll also be prepping our hot roast for
our Easter dinner. We're also going to be recording that too. So, as you know, gotta clean our meat with vinegar.
So we already got the pasta boiling right now. I just put it in there. And yeah, we're gonna get the pasta boiling. So, since we're making chicken parm, we're also prepping for Easter. What's some of your most favorite Easter memories you can think of?
Most memorable?
Yeah, like what was like your Easter traditions like?
Alright, so usually my mom, we always went to church on Easter, and then after we'll do something fun. Sometimes, like, I remember going to like Coney Island, so like an amusement park in New York. It's called Coney Island. Get on rides and stuff like that. And back then they also had this other place called I think it was Funtopia or Fun Zone or something like that. It was also where you could get on rides and, you know, just have fun as a family. But we always made sure we went to church and then, you know, did something fun after. Eventually we stopped going to like do other stuff, like fun stuff after we went to church. As we got older, we went, like, I remember the last thing we did was, the last thing I can remember is after church we went to the movies. But we always make sure, I don't know why Easter, we always make sure we had like new outfits, nice fresh outfits and stuff for Easter. So
yeah, that's very different from what we used to do. We didn't go to Coney Island from Chicago. But we did go to church, you know. We used to have our tradition where we all get dressed up. My mom would be cooking the morning and night before, and we go to my house for Easter Sunday dinner. That was like usually the tradition. I went to church where there'd be like cute little Easter egg hunt, stuff like that, but that's all I can really think of. I don't get to go to the movies and do fun stuff after Easter. I think that's a great tradition to start.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody do. They go to church and then they go out, do something fun with their family. But yeah, I did do like Easter egg hunt and stuff before. Like every year it was like different, you know. But most of the time it was like always go to Coney Island afterwards, because that's what everybody did.
Did you get Easter baskets? And if so, what age did you stop getting them?
We always got Easter baskets. My mom used to always make our Easter baskets or whatever, but I don't know when she stopped. I mean, she still get my little sister's Easter baskets and stuff, but she stopped giving us Easter baskets probably like high school. Okay. I want to say, or middle school. I don't remember getting none in middle school. She ain't never do that. Like, we still got something, but I don't think we got an actual basket with candy and stuff like that.
Right, I can't remember the last time I got an Easter basket. Definitely high school for sure. I didn't get any, but it's a cute tradition. You know, who doesn't want Easter baskets? And have you seen like the updated, like the new style, new generation version where they put like all types of perfumes and?
Oh no, I haven't. You know,
they be putting all types of stuff like Bath and Body Works. Like they make it.
So there's no eggs and stuff. There's no like bunny and eggs.
I mean, the new version, I was just thinking about like a gift basket. Like they make it more, like, you know, the little Calvin Klein stuff you see at TJ Maxx. They throw that in there and just start throwing anything to make it more urban.
I have not seen that.
I haven't gotten it. Yeah, it's just.
Well, you think Easter basket is just for like kids, or it's like?
I think it can be for anybody, but what I will say, I think that trying to make it for adults is another thing. You gotta buy people, and it's like, okay, we gotta stop. First you got Christmas, then you got birthdays, then you got Sweetest Day, then you got Valentine's Day, then you got New Year. It's just I get you want to keep giving gifts. You can do that year round, but Easter Sunday is not about giving gifts.
Right.
It's about spending time with family, and you can for the children, like that's for them, you know. But I don't think we really need it per se. It's cute. I'd appreciate it, but it's like it's so many times in the year you have to think about. Okay, what do I get them now? What do I like? It's just we're gonna keep it up. We're just gonna stop it right there. And yeah.
Have you ever went egg hunting?
I have. The most memorable one was at church. So they was doing the Easter egg hunts, and just so happened this lady lost her money, and now she's going around the church. Oh, I lost $50. I don't know if she found it, but I know them kids was looking, and they was looking. So I don't know if she got it back or not. But it's like, well, you know it's going to be Easter egg hunts and big events with crowds and children. Don't lose your stuff. Stop bringing your valuables to events like that. You know somebody's going to lose it. You know your child going to take your iPhone and lose it somewhere and leave it on the seat. Then you're going to be looking crazy. Just stop it all together. In 2023, 2024, stop bringing your valuables everywhere. Stop trying to have to flex, because when you lose it, that's on you.
But no, I used to love going like on the Easter egg hunt and stuff, because I used to like to eat the eggs after.
You know what? Did you see that meme when the kids was like painting potatoes?
No.
Oh my! It was this meme. It was 3 kids. They was painting potatoes because they was like, eggs cost too much this year, and then the kids was looking so sad. So if you get eggs this year, that is a luxury. Okay, be thankful that you're getting eggs this year, because some kids are getting potatoes.
No, I used to love to like make the eggs or whatever, you boil them and then you just dip them in the what is it? The coloring, the food coloring.
Food coloring.
So, and you just let it dry and put it somewhere. I used to like eating them too. Like, it was good.
Comment below if you eat the yolks or the egg whites, or you eat both. Comment below.
I like the egg white part.
I like the egg yellows.
Ew.
I love the egg yellows.
I don't know, that part is so dry.
The egg, I have to eat the egg. I'll only eat the egg whites if it's with the egg yellow. Like, you know how it's like an oval and then the egg yellow is like 1/2 of the egg. I won't eat the other egg white part because it's not with it's no more egg yellows. Comment below if you team egg whites or team egg yellows, or if you're both. Okay, comment below.
I like the white part. It tastes better. That other part is dry.
It's so good. You put a little salt. It's good. It's good. Oh my god. So did you put vinegar already? Yeah. So I don't care what nobody say. People be like, you don't have to clean your meat. You don't have to do any of that. People be like, oh, it's cross contamination. When I took that chicken out that bag, it was so slimy and disgusting. Clean your meat. I'm so sorry. I have to do it. It's no way I'm not gonna do it. I've never gotten sick from cleaning our meat. I make sure whenever I wash dishes and I clean these surfaces, I'm using Dawn dish soap and Clorox bleach. People are gonna be like, oh, the biology, the chemistry of that, too many gases, too many. I don't care. I'm cleaning it, it's sterilized. Clean your meat, please, okay?
Yes, clean your meat.
Now, we have this deep pot roast right here. When I went to the store, I didn't know which pot roast to get. I'm like, it doesn't say pot roast. But I realized, okay, this is what you use. This is ground chuck right here. Call my sister to verify, because this is what she used. And essentially, I'm going to wash this off too to get all the blood off and trim the fat. Because when you actually put it in a crock pot, I don't care for too much fat on my meat. I'm just not a fan of it. So once the chicken is done being cleaned and cut, we're going to transfer it to this bowl. I'm going to clean this bowl out very thoroughly, avoiding cross-contamination with the good soap and bleach combo. Here, I'm going to trim the fat. I'm going to dice it in cubes real nicely. And then I'm going to season it. I'm going to let it marinate overnight. That way I can sear it, pan sear it, drop it in a crock pot, add all the seasonings and the water and the beef stock. Personally, I don't do too much beef stock as my base because I'm doing too much seasoning. I mean, not too much, but you know, enough seasoning. And then, yeah, you guys will see the aftermath, the pictures, but essentially clean, cut the fat, trim it, dice it, season it up, let it marinate overnight. I'm gonna put this in a crock pot. I'm gonna get up early as possible, like 5, and put it in a crock pot and let it cook, let it get real tender. And then around 11 or so, when I should be like ready, that's when I'll put it in a crock pot. Well, it'll already be in a crock pot, but add my vegetables at that time, and then have my cake mix ready for the cake.
Yes, we're gonna be making a big Easter roll dinner tomorrow. So it should be exciting. It's gonna be the first time baking. We ain't just cooking. We're gonna be baking too. So I never baked before. Well, if I have, it was with my mom or something like that. But I never really did too much.
Listen, if you get a box with directions, you're gonna figure it out, okay? That's all you need.
I think the most I ever did was like icing, but I ain't never like actually do it like the cake.
So my grandma used to bake. She was always known for baking. Not that I picked up any of those skills, but we're gonna see. You know, she says to get that good blender, beat those eggs up till they're nice and fluffy, add you a little milk, make sure you get the ingredients right, add you some nice vanilla extract. You shouldn't need too much sugar because the box mix comes with all of that. And then, yeah, get you some parchment paper, line a pan up, butter it, bake it, watch it. Don't open the oven too much or else your cake will fall, it'll drop. And yeah, you just bake your cake.
Yep.
I think the fun part of that will be like crushing up the heat bar, because we're making a better than sex cake. That's literally what it's called. So essentially, it's a devil's food cake, and bake it, you poke holes in it, you pour sweetened condensed milk, caramel, you layer it with Cool Whip, and then you add your heat bar chunks all over that and drizzle it, garnish it with caramel, and it's so good.
It sounds good.
It's fire.
I love chocolate cake. I love chocolate everything.
I'm a chocolate lover too. I was stuck between that and the caramel cupcakes, but I'm like, that's a lot of work. Like, I know the cake sounds like more work, but with the caramel, like, you really want it to be. I just didn't feel like it. Plus, we were debating, like, I want chocolate. I'm like, I want chocolate too, but I want caramel. So,
yeah,
we just settled with that. And, yeah. So.
Like, look, this is fat. Some people can't tell, like, what's fat, but you see all this white stuff, this is fat. You don't want to keep that on you.
Yeah.
So, are you excited to graduate? Are you excited to graduate?
Graduation is a whole nother story, guys. So I'm gonna be sad to leave Jjasmia here, and I think that going out to the big girl world is a little nerve-wracking, but I am excited to graduate because I've outlived my chapter here at Gettysburg.
Get out of here.
I gotta get out of here.
So I want to too.
And yeah, it was just time to make it through. Yeah, cooking has really become therapeutic here. It gives me something to look forward to on the weekends. I know that every weekend I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cook something. It's gonna be very good. It's not gonna be school dining. It's not gonna be like, ugh. It's gonna be actually pretty good. And I think with that, coming up with new recipes to make, thinking about new meals to eat is something very exciting I wish to do. Once I leave college for real and actually have my own kitchen. Don't want to be a chef or anything, it's not my dream, but I just really enjoy making food that's really good and nutritious and trying new seasonings and seeing what goes well with different flavors.
Yes, I think she definitely does that. She just be trying to find everything new on TikTok or whatever she find her recipes from.
And right there. Vegetable oil. Y'all can't really see it. The camera's gonna focus on me, but good and gathered vegetable oil. I think I'm only gonna use half the vegetables in this pan because I don't want the flavor to be overpowered.
Parmesan, and you need some breaded for the breaded chicken.
Hi guys, so we're back. Now that we prepped everything, I chopped up my potatoes, I did my bell peppers, onions, and the celery. So now we have the pot roast right here. I'm gonna start off with putting a little white wine vinegar, distilled vinegar in this. I'm gonna clean it. I rinsed it off first to get all the blood off of it. But now I just want to get some of the sliminess off of it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of cool water. Alright, so while it's soaking, I'm going to be cutting off some of the fat. Get you a nice serrated edge knife to be able to chop off some of that fat. And I'm doing as shown. Be careful with this step if you're not familiar with knives. I highly recommend you trim enough of the fat off, but try not to cut the actual meat part of it, because that's important. You want to keep that on there. I just try to, anything that's white is pretty much fat, right? Fat is going to look like this, can easily come off. The meat part is going to be the red part. Even when you're picking out your pot roast, you want to try to find a nice size pot roast that has a good enough meat to fat ratio. So meaning you don't want it too fatty. So you try your best to pick out a good one to avoid this stuff, right? So now I'm just cutting off what I can. I don't really care for it, especially when it cooks down. You'll be able to taste it, and it's just pretty much chewy overall. Now, of course, you can't get every piece of fat off without destroying a pot roast itself, but you know, try to get off as much as you can. So I'm chopping. See, that's a huge chunk. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to eat that. The inner grooves of the pot roast itself, I know it's going to be fat there, but it's pretty hard to chop that part off again without butchering the meat. So like chopping off everything and leaving it in shreds. So I just recommend get off the piece of fat that you can, and then just leave the rest. You know, you don't have to cut off everything, but cut off a good amount so that it's just not, you know, all over the place. So again, splashing, but it's fine. Got another chunk off, and I'm gonna try to get this last part off. Kind of ingrained in there. So with that, I was able to get about roughly 2 pieces of it off, but again, it's fat ingrained in it, so I really can't do too much about that. So just getting off the major parts is gonna be what's gonna count. So next, I'm gonna take this bowl to the sink. I'm gonna get about 3 rinses. Rinse everything off, rinse all the blood off, add a little more vinegar back in, swish it around, and then season it up and then let it marinate overnight. A regular seasoned meat tenderizer, just something light. I actually haven't used this yet, so it's gonna be my first time using it. We'll open in this pack rather. Meat tenderizer, just a nice for flavoring. I actually like to use a little bit of yellow mustard for that too. This is my to-go-to tenderizer. to go in the fridge. So that's all I have for the Pablo series. You guys will see the macaroni and cheese tomorrow, or if we add in this video, so stay tuned.